Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back with architect John Riggio. Excited to have him here. And again, world renowned for his work, based out of New Jersey, but his work, well, gosh, in New York, I'm so excited that he's worked Long Island, a lot of places near me, but also throughout the United States and so forth. Let me welcome him. And also, I got to say the word tennis pro, add that to the list and so much more. John,
Yes.
welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How is the architect world going for the summer? What's happening with you?
It's good. Things are busy. There's no recession. So everything is going very good. And still working very hard here and working on a lot of new interesting projects that I'll show you in the near future. So everything is going good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes, so I think for today, I can continue where I had left off on the last show.
Perfect. Let's do it. And where was that? Recap us.
Okay, I had shared the scheme with my old webpage and just went through a lot of some additional information that I was giving on that old page. And it has a lot of like pictures and things. And then I think today what I could do is I can continue on to that. And I have some additional photographs of some of these jobs that I might have shown one or two pictures or even just described. And I can go through some of those pictures today. This is a nice variety of pictures. One of the jobs was even on the local news here, and I have a clip of them making the video of that was on the local news of an opening of one of the new stores here in New Jersey. It isn't the one I had shown. It's another job from more than a couple of years ago, and I have the video on that too.
Awesome. Let's do it. Bring it on. And by the way, as we bring it up, just tell us the website again, how we can reach you before we share that screen. As we do it.
That is my webpage is www.johnriggio.com. That is www.johnriggio.com.
Yay. All right.
Yes. So there you can see all my description of work, my contact information. And so if anyone's looking to find an architect, you can contact me there. And of course, we can make an appointment to meet and go over your project.
Awesome. Sounds good. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to start with today?
All right, so I'll share the screen right now here with the this. Okay, so now you can see that this is my web page. And this was the original web page. Like I said, I used my computer knowledge. This is when computers are brand new. The internet just started. And I made this with HTML1. My new web page that I have now that I just said the web page address is that I did not make that myself. That is a professionally made web page. It's HTML5. But this page that I had made, it works excellent, and it has all the really good features. It had all, like, from the very beginning, some of the pages I had was on a CGI bin. I had like you could send me a note through the CGI bin and things like that. So it's somewhat advanced. It's just the very beginning of computers. And I put this together, and this helps as far as advertising. They were able to take a look at this, get my contact info. And I have this as a little drawing I made here. And if you click on the different things, you click on the doors, the contact information, then resume, portfolio, then samples. So this is something new. So then I just clicked on back then. This was my address. Now this was updated here to when I moved to New Jersey back in the year 2011. And so this particular site, it was updated before I moved on to my new webpage that I have now. And then this here just clicks onto the portfolio and then to the samples. I used to do this just to make my webpage more interactive back then with the early internet, where people can research things. They can go on here, research samples of different product companies, all kinds of different things here. And then I have here was just a resume. And so I have all those different things. And I had here was just a list of the things on the bottom, different links to go to. Also, it was more of an interactive web page like years ago. And that is how I made this. Then also here, which I didn't show the last time, was I had a list of descriptions. And through this, you go on here and say you want a free consultation, you want codes and schematic designs, just design drafting, and computer technology, just different things like engineering services, presentations, which might be connected with things like variances, town approvals, landmark board approvals, fees. Then I just had just basic original fee structure with using the AIA construction documents, things like that. And then I had shown the last time about, I just showed a brief description of my office, and just had shown with the not using the blueprints anymore, and just the some basic things like that. And so from there, let's go to the main page again, and let's head over to the portfolio.
Sure.
So from the portfolio, we had gone down, we went through new houses, additions and alterations to one-family houses, additions, alterations to two-family conversions, other types of houses, things like fire renovations. This is a house that was on Long Island, and this house, I just have one photograph, but there was a large fire in this house, but it was still a house that can get saved as far as renovating the house. It didn't have to be completely demolished. So with this type of job, there's all kinds of special construction involved with fire renovations, and that is what we worked on here. And this house was completely renovated and fixed. On the renovation, we worked on some new technologies of new heating and cooling systems using pressurized air. So when they reconstructed the house, they tried to make some improvements on the property. And then let's go over to the rest of that portfolio. So then here was just some housing, hotels I had described the last time, landmark buildings, 5-family apartment buildings, some of the hotels, some larger buildings, larger apartments. Then we done over here with the coffee beanery, then the Exxon stations, the Sunoco stations. Then we have some drawings here, landmark drawings. Okay, then industrial. This is some a typical of some industrial drawings. Let me just click this on. This was a set of drawings here in Brooklyn, New York. This is for an old building they had here that was on a corner property, and this went through some major renovations. It was a vacant building, and I was working on that for a number of years. We were renovating it, changing it around, things like that. And that is one job. So let me just go through here. And then last time we went to the public bus depot, it was at the end of our show. And this was a pretty good bus. This was, I was told, was their largest bus depot in the whole city. A lot of these buses were relocated from some areas in the city. They were using another location in Brooklyn, and this is now in the Bronx. And this was a pretty big job. This was a large renovation. Then let's head down to the next one here. And the next one was a series of jobs I did for a contractor who was really getting jobs working for the recruiting offices. And these are just basic jobs like anything, where we do a basic plan and we renovate the space. And this is just the outside of the pre-existing space that was here. This is in Manhattan. This was really their largest recruiting office that they have in New York City. So this was really the premier site. So I was pretty lucky to work on this, and I finished this job. It came out really good, and they completed that.
Wow.
And let's go to the next one. Then the next one here is another location. This is in the Bronx. This is another recruiting office. So I did a number of these, and they worked out pretty good, just like a basic office spaces. And then from that, I had already quickly shown that this was another job. This job wasn't has to do with recruiting offices. This was really with the gas stations. And this I had shown before was the rest stop that was planned there. It's officially on the Port Authority property. Okay, now this here shows some old renderings. Now this is renderings when the computer technology wasn't as good as today. And this is one rendering. It's a color rendering showing the house that was in Plan Dome. So originally when we started working on the job, they were going to use some of the existing materials of the cedar siding on that job. And but the whole job slowly adjusted as we worked on it, and we changed it and made the whole thing the new technology would drive it. Drive it was new back then, and so the old cedar idea probably wasn't going to go that well anyway. If you notice old cedar, that always it turns black and starts to fall off the house and everything. So the drive it system is much more long lasting, and I think that is much better. So then this here, let's go back. This is the front of the house. This is the rear of the house, and those are pretty good renderings. And then let's go down to the next one. Okay, so this is another house that just shows like a little 3D of the house on this one. That is just a very simple 3D drawing. And then let's go to a more complex. Now this is a much more complex 3D drawing. The technology is getting a little better. This is a 3D model, it's colored in. And this is a 3D model of that building I had showed with the Exxon station. And this is just like a basic computer model. So that is pretty good. And so this shows some of the older technology. I think if you go to my new webpage, you see I have the new technology. You can do a walkthrough of the inside of the house. You can go around the outside of the house. And that is much improved from today. And okay, so now from this, let me go and share some finished projects now. Okay. Okay, so now we're on to these. So let's see if I could just move this over to here. Okay, so now from this, let's go right to the one that I was describing. This is the job. This is a massage parlor called Bigfoot Spa. And I think I had shown a few spas, nail salons, things like that. And this job, let's just start from the outside of the property. Okay, can you see the photograph enlarged? Let me see if I have to share it. Oh, yes, it says here. Okay, you can see the photo is enlarged. Okay, so this is the outside of the property. Let me see if I can go to the next one now. Okay, good. Now this is the storefront. The the whole building was already pre-existing. Now this is the massage area. This is the room. Now this is, of course, the pictures after I made the drawings. They have the permits. They constructed it. Some of the things like interior finishes, colors, they did have someone add to the drawings. So a lot of these things some of it was added. Some of these like custom cabinets in the front here, you see these are built out of wood and stained and things like this. And then you see they have like this waterfall as you enter into the the spa. And this spa, so I had put that on the drawings. Now the construction of that waterfall, I didn't detail the construction of the waterfall. It looks like it's a pre-manufactured piece. Let's see. Okay, so this is showing the lobby. And this here, so this was originally a completely vacant space, and this is the job here where I spaced all the seating, hallways are to exit requirements, exit lighting. all kinds of things like that. That is really the most important thing on this job. And so some things like the plants, I did not specify the plants. They had someone help them with that. And but as far as all the architectural details, as far as the spacing of the units, we put outlets in here, things like that. Some of them involve water piping. And this is the waterfall. That is like the centerpiece of the entrance here. And this is the location. It's pretty good. It looks good. There's nice bamboo plants in there. And then this is from the renovation, adding some things. This is basic architecture work, making the handicap railings and things like that to code. So this is really now this whole room also is this was originally a storage room, making this a room with handrail, lighting, emergency exits, heating and cooling. The stair is in there. And so there's some nice craft work going on here with this wood piece over the wall partitions. And this is the hallway. And this is each individual room. So this here is, you can see some nice lighting in here. You get the lighting, you see the exit lighting, exit lights at the end. This really, a lot of it is part of the architectural work, is to provide for all those things. And so this is this is a nice view looking towards the front, where they have that waterfall, so you get the nice light effect in there. And this is a lot of like plants and things. So it's a nice new space. This here is the waterfall again, in the front of the entrance. Okay, so now for this one, let me close this. Okay, on the share, let me just go back and share it now onto the videos. Okay, now let's head over to the videos now. Okay, so I think heading into this one, let's go to from this one. Okay, so this is the entrance, and this here is the just some pictures of the news here. This is the local news in New Jersey, and they're showing an opening here. And this, I sort of just took some pictures of them. And this is the one person involved with this, and I think you can see the video here. I don't know if you can hear the sound. Let's see if I could turn this
I
on.
don't know.
Okay, let's see if the sound goes on now. Okay, for some reason the sound is not coming through. Let's try the next one. Okay, so this is just another one here, just like a little 30-second clip. And he has it on the local news. So this was on the local news, and let me see which news it was here. I think this was I think it was News 12. Okay, let's see this one.
Yeah, still don't hear it.
For some reason, the volume isn't coming through on the video. I
No.
don't know why. Maybe it has to go through the settings or something. Okay, so he's asking him some questions. He's just answering,
Okay.
saying it's their grand opening, and
Okay.
inviting the public to come to the spa and visit them and try the new spot out. Now, this spokesman, he was also the contractor on the job.
Mm-hmm.
So his company did all the construction, made all of the interior things there, the custom cabinets and everything.
Yeah. I'm not seeing anything. I know you said you were watching it, but I don't even have that. I don't know if you're aware. I'm just still seeing
Let me see
thumbnails.
if this. Okay, yeah, it isn't. Okay, so we can't hear the video. I'll have to Okay, so then this is the outside before they put the sign on. But this is a set of stores, like anywhere has a set of stores. And this between this here, this light here, across this light is their location going back to the rear of the building. Okay, now to finish this up. Okay, so that works good. So let me stop sharing on this. Okay, so that's good. And I have some other pictures.
Oh, well, we're almost out of time. We only have 2 minutes left, unfortunately. So we'll show whatever we can. But
Okay,
yeah,
let
I
me
wish we
see.
can get that. I want to definitely be able to see the videos if you don't mind. Well, next time, hopefully we could figure it out.
Okay, let me see if I can get the another job on here just to finish this out. And I think let's see if we go to let's see, we have well, since we're on spas, I could show you the other nail salon.
Sure.
Okay, just one picture on this. Let me see. Okay, now this is good. Now this is one of the house additions, and I think from this here I could just go through real quick. And this is going through the house. This was a complete gut out of the existing house, bring it down to the foundation and building the whole thing back up, making it 2 stories, a large residential house, between like 4,500 and 5,000 square feet. So it's a large house. And this is just some pictures during the construction. And this is during the different phases of the construction, showing the tile work. This is the second floor without the railings on it. And I think as I go through this, the house should look more and more completed in construction. These are just some inspections I made during the job, just to make sure everything is meeting the requirements, is following the plans. This is a drop-in tub. So this, they build the outside and they drop the tub in. And this is the outside of the house. Okay, these are coming closer to the finished product here. And so this is where the house it's nearly finished, but yet the yard work, it still has to get finished here. They have to clean the whole thing up. Okay, this is where they started to clean up the yard. They removed the fence and everything. This is where it's nearly finished. This is where they didn't stain everything yet, but this is before they stain it. They see the natural wood, the iron railing. And this is showing they're finishing all the wainscots here, painting the molding. And this is before the family moves into the house. It's still before they have the CO. They still have the pedal windows, the labels on the windows. And you see they did some nice molding work in here, putting some molding panels. See the recessed lighting. And this is the hallway. So before we show the hallway, it wasn't finished. Now you see the floor, the harbor floor stained. They'll have the railing in there. Then
Wow,
this is that tub, the drop-in tub that we showed the wood structure before. Now they put the tub in. They have all the tiles finished. This is a very nice whirlpool tub in there. The standing shower, and this is a standing shower with some glass doors. Okay, this is some more pictures of this.
I'm following through the thumbnails.
This is showing a little detail what I was describing before of the drive-it stucco. And they have the thin stone. So this is the new technology of the thin stone. This is another thing they weren't really using in the past. They had different varieties of this type of technology, but this is the newest one. And this is really a natural stone that is pre-put together on like sized panels that they would adhere to the building. And then you can see here, then this is just a traditional light fixture that's put in there. And you see the transition of the drive-it here, the molding of the door, the drive-it comes right up to the side of there. And then I think just to the left, you can see the drive-it details. The drive-it has very nice foam details to really make it look good. And this is some finished pictures.
Well, I apologize. We have to wrap up here, John. I'm sorry we didn't get that hour show for you.
And there is the finished stained stairs and the stained railings.
Yeah, I'm
and the
looking
stained
in.
wood.
I'm looking at the thumbnails because I can't see it. So I'm following along.
Oh, you don't see the large? Can't see?
No, that's what I kept saying, but I didn't think you understood, or you can't. Maybe I only see the thumbnails, but I apologize. I was able to follow along, but
Oh, I see what's
now
up.
there's something else wrong. Oh my goodness. Well, I
Oh, it didn't-
apologize, John. We have to figure it out for next time. But in the
Oh,
past, I have.
yes.
All right, johnriggio.com. How can we reach you? Is that good?
Yes, www.johnriggio.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here. Sorry to cut you short. We've got to run. Bye-bye.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.